It's Peter Pan.
I love Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Today we're not going for a walk. Well, we might later on, but
Yeah.
not in this video.
Nope.
That's a snow globe Robin bought me. Peter Pan. Because I loved the Peter Pan ride. How do you turn it off?
You have to let it run down.
Just let it run down.
There's no,
Copyright infringement right now.
yeah, no.
So we were talking about Disney World and how we have memories from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thought we'd do. We did a podcast on iHeartRadio and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and whoever else carries our podcasts.
Right, an audio podcast.
Audio only. And the reason we want to do a video, we're not in Disney World, obviously. We're home, which I prefer. I used to like going, but it's, I get older and the crowds start to get there. But anyway, Robin had so much memorabilia from when she used to go.
Yeah.
So, for example, just a tease. What was the one thing everybody wanted? An e-ticket.
Yes, they did.
Robin still has not only her e-ticket, but her ABC and D ticket.
That's right.
And the parking pass.
Parking pass.
Which cost, in 1975?
Yes.
50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents to park in Disney World in 1975.
Isn't that something?
So we want to kind of tell you a little bit, for those of you who want to know a little bit about Disney from the 70s, we got two people here that used to be there a lot in the 70s.
Yeah, a lot.
Now, first
and
of all,
even into the 80s and 90s.
yeah, we did go when the kids were little.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and I didn't know Robin back then, by the way. We didn't know each other.
Nope.
But let me tell you, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. But the park opened up, the Magic Kingdom opened up in 1971.
Yes.
My family moved to Florida in February of 72.
Uh-huh.
I believe my father and mother, because I was only 17, so I believe they took us to Disney World, which we called it Disney World back then, but now, and there was only one park, it was the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And now there's, 4 parks and lots of other little things. But,
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, sure.
By the way, that wasn't lightning. Our bulb was going out. So, and then Robin's first time there was also in 1972.
For the Christmas season.
Because she came visiting from Wisconsin.
Yep. And my family and I visited, my mom, dad, brother, and I came down to visit my grandparents because they moved to Largo, Florida. So we came there after Thanksgiving, and it was so fun. We all went to Disney World.
So I want to tell you why we were there so much. Well, first of all, it was only like $3.50 to get in. I am not exaggerating.
And this is the Admit One main gate ticket.
Look at that.
There you go.
Does that have the price on it?
No.
But it was $3.50, and I think it went to $3.75 the next year, something like that. But in addition to that, in 1984, I started working in radio, and in 1986, my son was born. 1990, he would have been 4. So it was about that time that I started figuring out that if you're a radio personality, you can get to go to the theme parks, not just Disney, but any of them.
Yeah, that was wonderful that you did that.
With the
Great.
With the trade, like we go to the park for free. And then we talk about them for free. So they don't have to pay for an ad. Worked out nice.
It was great.
Now, by 1990, I knew Robin really well. And we were doing radio together.
Yeah.
So we would go all the time for free.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing thing. My son was 4 and then 10. And I mean, just from 4 to 14, probably for 10 years.
Yeah.
We probably went all the time. Robin has 2 children, and they were still young enough to enjoy Disney World. We have a friend named Doug who's got Down syndrome, and even though he's an adult, it was like having another kid with us. So
yeah, he's 64 right now.
So what was there in the beginning? I wanted to tell you. The very first day it opened up, there was only 19 attractions.
Okay.
I will go through them real quickly. There was the Haunted Mansion.
Nice.
Country Bear Jamboree. Diamond Horseshoe Review, which I want to go back to that for it's a good reason I'm going to share with you.
Okay.
Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Frontierland Shooting Gallery.
Yeah.
There's another.
It's all fun.
The Hall of Presidents, Cinderella's Golden Carousel, which has a new name now. It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, Mad Tea Party,
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Review, Mike Fink Keel Boats, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride,
Yeah.
which was one of my favorites. The Skyway, which is those bucket things, that went overhead.
Yeah, which was inside the park.
Inside the park.
Yeah, they're not like they are today, where they're outside the park for the resorts and you go to the
Right.
park.
Now it's called Skyliner or something.
Yeah.
Snow White's Scary Adventures, Swiss Family Treehouse, Tropical Serenade, which was the tiki
Yeah.
birds.
Tiki birds.
The Grand Prix Raceway and the Walt Disney World Railroad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the railroad.
So that was 71. By 72, there were some other things that were there. But I think if, without looking at my notes, without just kind of drawing from our memories,
Yes.
the ones I thought, if you had said to me, was it there in 72, I would have said, oh gosh, yes. I would have been wrong. I think. The Carousel of Progress.
Correct. Was not there.
Peter Pan. The one I just showed you, that wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it feels like in my mind it was. Space
Right.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Space Mountain was not there yet in 72.
And Thunder Mountain. That wasn't there either.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so let's show you some of this stuff here.
Okay.
So do you have a favorite ride from when you were younger?
Oh my gosh.
Because we were both basically adults. I mean, we were 17.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you have a favorite?
It was that Grand Prix Raceway.
That was your favorite?
Yeah, I couldn't wait because I couldn't wait to get in there and zoom around, but you couldn't zoom around
There
because
was no zooming on
it
that
was
thing.
on a track and you could only go, so many
This
miles an
explains-
hour. So that's,
This explains why she drives so fast now.
I know.
It explains everything. That explains it all.
Yeah. What was yours? Your favorite?
I like the Peter Pan one.
Yeah.
There was one called If You Had Wings, which wasn't there when it opened up, but it was there in the 70s sometime.
Right.
I used to like that one. I like the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion was really amazing.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was a favorite of mine.
That was fun. I liked the Country Bear Jamboree because the bears were so laid back and so cool. And then you'd be eating and everything. All of a sudden, this big moose head on the side of the wall would start singing. Then the other, deer on the other side would start singing to each other, and they would ask, and they said, "Ask us a question," and we could ask them questions, and they would answer. So that was so cool.
Let me read you something about Country Bear Jamboree.
Okay.
The idea for the Country Bear Jamboree came from Walt Disney's plan to build a ski resort in the 1960s. In addition to standard skiing activities, Walt Disney wanted his ski resort to include entertainment for guests.
Nice.
One idea he came up with, listen to this, was a musical variety show put on by local bear wildlife.
Wow.
Real bears.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, they were on the Ed Sullivan Show. When you'd watch the Ed Sullivan Show, they'd have these dancing bears and stuff.
Oh.
They're real animals. They always had an animal act and a trapeze and
I guess if they're trained, they're not dangerous, huh?
I think they're dangerous anytime.
Walt Disney died later that year, and the ski resort plans were put on hold indefinitely. When Walt Disney World was created, the Imagineers, I always like that word,
Imagineers.
built the Country Bear Jamboree to fulfill Walt's vision. So, does he have a ski resort? I mean, not him, but does Disney Corporation have a ski resort?
I don't recall.
They got a whole cruise boat.
They got cruise line, cruise boats and things. But they did build that water park, Blizzard Beach.
Blizzard Beach and
then
Typhoon Lagoon.
And Typhoon Lagoon. So they had all these majestic, things that look like mountains that look like you could ski on, but really they were tubes and slides. It's all water and things. So I think that was it.
So
It's our matchbook.
Look at one of Robin's memorabilia.
Yep.
You see what it is? It's a matchbook.
From the Polynesian village. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yep. That was fun.
I like that. That was
Any
cool.
matches? You got two of them. No matches.
No, because when I put it in my memorabilia book, I didn't want it automatically to catch on fire.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I took them out.
Okay, so let's go through
I
these.
took them out. Okay.
So Robin has here let's go through the tickets. And then
It's
this
a
is
book.
1975. This is probably worth $1 million on
We
eBay.
got a few of those.
The e-ticket would get you into It's a Small World, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Yeah.
Country Bear Jamboree, Jungle Cruise, the Hall of Presidents, and the Haunted Mansion. Look, you can read it for yourself.
Yeah, that was the big rides, the most fun rides that the people liked.
I like the 20,000 Leagues also.
Yeah, that was good. And you didn't have to buy the book. The book was A through E with your transportation ticket and your main gate ticket, which is $3 and change to get into the park. And then you could buy extra books with just E-tickets or D tickets,
Yeah.
however you wanted.
All right, now let's go for the D. Here's the D ticket. What's on there?
Yeah.
The Walt Disney World Railroad steam trains,
Yeah, that takes you around the
the
park.
Skyway to Fantasyland,
That was the buckets.
the Flight to the Moon,
Yeah, in
Alice.
Tomorrowland.
The Mickey Mouse Review, the Enchanted Tiki Birds, which by 75 they already changed their name, you see,
Yeah.
and the Admiral Joe Fowler Riverboat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep, that was the D ticket.
Yep, that was pretty neat.
So we did E and D, and now we're going to go to C.
Okay,
What was the C ticket?
gonna go to C.
Here's the C ticket. C. You could go to the Grand Prix Raceway,
Yep.
Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Peter Pan's Flight. See, that was there in 75 then, huh?
Yeah, I guess it was. Gosh.
Snow White's Adventure, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the Mad Tea Party, and Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes.
Yeah, you could actually
I don't remember that one.
ride canoes in where the islands were. They had this big waterway, and they had two islands in there, Tom Sawyer Island and Fort Sam Clemens.
Look at this map.
And that's the
Look
map.
at the map Robin has. You have to pause it, kids, if you want to study it.
Yeah,
I don't know how clear that's going to be, but there, hold
but
it
it's there.
hold it for a second.
It's there.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Okay, so what did I do? C, now I need B.
Yep.
The B ticket. Here we go. Ticket to the B line. The B ticket would get you in the Main Street Cinema. What did they show there?
That was the history of Walt Disney, and they had Steamboat Willie cartoon in there.
The Frontierland Shooting Gallery.
Yep, so you couldn't shoot anything, unless you had the ticket.
The Mike Fink Keel Boats. Love to know the story behind that name.
Yeah.
And the Swiss Family Island Treehouse. So did you get only one B ticket in the book, or did you get several B tickets?
No, each book had one ticket of each.
One.
Yeah, one ticket of each, and so...
So you could use this ticket for the shooting gallery, and then you couldn't use it for the others. You wouldn't have...
Right, unless there were more tickets in each book, because I can't
remember.
recall.
Okay.
I just see we have a lot of B tickets here, so
A lot of B.
maybe there was more than one ticket in
You
the
notice
book.
she doesn't have very many E, because those were the most popular ones.
Yeah, and those were we bought the extra book.
Finally going down to the bottom, which is the A ticket.
Yeah.
The A ticket. And for the A ticket, you could get on the omnibus, the horse cars. I never did the horse cars.
No, I never did either.
And the Main Street vehicles. I don't even know what that is. Oh, also
Yeah.
Cinderella's Golden Carousel.
Yeah, the carousel.
Which, by the way, the carousel,
You told me it has an interesting history.
it has a history. It's the oldest ride in Disney World. It was built in 1917.
Nice.
And Disney bought it from a park in New Jersey somewhere. Let me see if I can,
Isn't that
let me
interesting?
see if I can find that here.
Let's see.
It's now called the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. It was built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company in 1917. Walt Disney purchased the handmade carousel and horses in 1967 from the Olympic Park in New Jersey.
Isn't that something?
I wonder where that is.
Yeah, wonder if it's still in action.
The original name of the carousel was Liberty, and the maidens can still be seen at the top. This ride has only had repairs and upkeep since opening day.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? So everything must have been hand carved. Everything on that carousel, I bet you the maidens and everything must have been
next time we go.
carved. Sure.
All right. Now, what was the transportation ticket used for?
You could go on the monorail, or you could go on the water wheel boat.
But only once. Once you used it, you were done.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, no, you could. You'd have to use it to go back too.
What is this?
It says this is a round trip ticket, allows guest transportation to and from the Magic Kingdom, monorail, ferries, or the motor trains. Wow, so they had motor trains there that would take you from the park to the parking lot then. Isn't that something? Round trip ticket.
Check this out.
I'm silly.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, artificial and natural flavoring, and U.S. certified color.
There you go.
Now, what was this?
It was one of those big suckers that have that spiral on the inside. So that was as big as that.
The big lollipop.
Yeah. Not really a fan, of the taste, but
How come they don't
everybody
make them
has
anymore?
to get one.
I remember them.
I don't know.
I'd get one right now.
I don't know. Whoops.
When you're on a diet, everything looks good.
It does. Doesn't matter what it is.
So I wanted to tell you, real quick, before we go further, I want to tell you a little bit.
Okay.
I told you I was tell you something about the Frontierland Shooting Gallery and also about the Diamond Horseshoe Review. So listen to this. There's a book out. I don't remember the name of the book, but it's written by David Cook. David Cook used to write for the newspaper, the Ocala Star Banner, and Robert and I got to know him. He has since passed away. But in his book, among all the wealth of history that he put in there, he told of a story of Walt Disney, the man, coming to Ocala, right here, and he visited Six Gun Territory, where she worked.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't work there in 1963.
No.
But Disney,
No, I was
Walt
9.
Disney, but Walt Disney showed up there on November 22nd, 1963.
We were down here with my family in 63 at Six Gun when I was 9.
Where were you when John Kennedy got shot?
Oh, I was at home in school.
Okay, so that's the day he was here.
Wisconsin.
Same day Kennedy got shot.
Gosh.
No connection, obviously, but
No.
But he was looking for a place to build this new thing, this Florida, well, not a Florida park, but an East Coast park. He wanted to build something east of the Mississippi. So he was looking all over. He was looking in Missouri, where his old hometown. He was looking in New Orleans. He was looking in Orlando. He even looked in Sanford, Florida. He wasn't looking to build in Ocala, I don't think. Maybe he was. But he visited Six Gun Territory here in Ocala. He was also thinking about building it in the 1964 World's Fair site in Queens in New York. Because two of the attractions that are in Disney World were there. The Small World and the Carousel of Progress.
And Six Gun Territory at that time was the attraction to go to.
Six Gun was a
in the
big deal.
state. I mean, all the stars from all the westerns would come down. All the country western singers would come down and perform. So it was a big deal.
Right. So anyway, so Walt Disney came and visited Six Gun and then left on a plane and went to New Orleans. And when he got there, he was listening to the local lawmakers, the politicians, and he could tell that they had their hand out. They were hoping to make a lot of money from him building there. And he decided to live in a little friendlier place at that time. It was called Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
Plus, Orlando had two things in the works: the Florida Turnpike and I-4.
Yeah.
And
Interstate 4.
so he decided to buy land down here. But the connection to Six Gun Territory was the two things I just told you about: the country, not the Country Bear Jamboree, but the Diamond Horseshoe Review and the Frontierland Shooting Gallery.
Yes.
Because in Six Gun Territory, I point to her because that's where she worked. Her brother worked there too, by the way.
Yeah, that was great.
Not then, not in '63.
No.
They were children.
That's right.
But
9 and 7.
but Walt Disney saw things he liked, like Can Girls and a saloon. What was the saloon called?
Oh, Palace Saloon.
Palace Saloon.
Yep, and then we had the Red Dog Saloon.
So he saw that and he said, "This is a nice thing to have." He didn't have the gunfights in the street. He didn't choose to do
No.
that, but he did choose to have a situation where you parked in the parking lot, and then another transportation would take you to the actual park.
That's correct.
In Disneyland, you park in the parking lot and you walk to the attraction. At least back then. I don't know what it is now. So isn't that cool?
That's very cool. The Six Gun had the buckets, and they had the train, the steam engine.
Right.
They had the Can Girls in the Palace Saloon. They had the singing divas there. They had the band. They had the newspapers at Six Gun where you could put your name on there and, you know, be a star. It was very, very neat.
So a lot of the ideas that ended up in Frontierland, I guess, were directly as a result of him having visited Ocala.
That's pretty amazing.
All right, tell me what this is. A world of dreams.
That's right.
Tell me what that is. Tell me what that
this goes to their Walt Disney World reservations. And you open it up, and this is a reservation form for a resort. At the time, they had the Contemporary Resort that the monorail goes through.
Where do you hear the prices?
One side was the tower, one side was the garden wings. And then they had the Polynesian Village, where the luau's are, very, very nice. And then they had the Golf Resort Hotel, because they had built a huge golf course that they had all these fabulous golf tournaments at. And they also had the Fort Wilderness Campground Resort, but it was just the campground. It wasn't the building or anything. It was $12 a night.
12
at the campground.
$12
a night. And
it cost over $100 then. We stayed there.
If you wanted to stay in the Contemporary Resort Tower, it was $56 a night.
Okay.
And then the Garden Wings in the Contemporary Polynesian Village and Golf Resort Hotel was $42 to $50 a night.
Whoa.
Yeah, and when we went in October of 1975, $50 a night, plus tax at the Polynesian, and it was pretty amazing.
All right, what is this?
This is a ticket book. You can buy a ticket book for the different recreation things
$11,
that Walt Disney World offered.
So explain what that is.
Okay, you could get, you could go to the Aqualark, you could canoe. There is something called a Hobie Cat, which I think was this round thing. I'm not sure. It's a
Hobie
Capri. You could go on a sunfish, a bob around. You could rent a bicycle all day. You could go on one of those pedal boats, or you can go to Treasure Island excursion, or you can go on a moonlight cruise. It was pretty cool.
And it was just $11.
$11 for the book, and then you got an orange ticket, a green ticket, and 3 red tickets, and you could choose whatever you wanted to do.
Wow,
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right.
This is nice.
So what is this?
That's
Disney
a
celebrates
newspaper.
nation. I know, but look, it must be 76 or
It's 75,
75.
October.
Okay.
Yep. Nations celebrate. I had to take my glasses off to read it. It was the People of America on the Main Street USA parade. It was everything American. Walt Disney World saluted the 200th birthday of the United States. They started in 1975. They saluted the armed forces, which was their bicentennial celebration.
That newspaper is $1 million on eBay.
And in 1975, the PGA Team Classic was held at their World Resort, at their golf resort. It was a $200,000 purse. And golfers came, of course, you know, it was the PGA Tour. You can lease villas. They unveiled the plans for Disney's Epcot. So that was in the works. Yeah.
The article releasing plans for Epcot.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. And let's see. It gives you the transportation schedule, and you could do all of these kind of things. And they even had a Walt Disney World channel, Channel 5.
Channel 5.
Their information station. And this is neat. Racket club. They had racket clubs, and they had tennis tournaments. Here's a picture of a mom with a deer at the Fort Wilderness Campground Resort.
Move it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
There you go.
There. There's the photo.
Yeah, so this is pretty nice.
You kept it in good shape too.
Oh yeah, you could rent sailboats. which
Really?
was so cool. Yeah, there you go. See that big sailboat in the lagoon?
Let's show it to the camera.
All right. Yeah, you could rent actual size sailboats and all different kinds of boats there, which was so neat. Mini speedboats. It was $6 per half hour.
How much to rent the sailboat?
Let's see.
I wouldn't know how to work a sailboat.
A Capri, 14-foot, $6 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $6 an hour. A ski boat with a driver was $15 an hour.
You get the driver. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. So they had people, they had entertainers here and everything, and it was just so neat. It tells you everything.
Any personal ads in there? Help wanted. Dishwasher in.
No, but
the
they do
Magic
have a
Kingdom.
picture of the people, the Polynesian dancers at the luau.
Gotta show it. Don't
Okay.
say it. You gotta show it.
There you go.
The Polynesian dancers.
At the luau.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I want to show you something. I want Robin to tell you about something else.
Okay.
The menu.
The menu.
Is this the menu? You got the menu.
I got the menu.
Well, Robin's got the menu, right?
Yes, I do.
What's it for? The Polynesian Village?
Yep, it's for the Polynesian Village.
Where do you hear these prices?
If you want a Polynesian, this is the breakfast. You can have Florida orange juice, choice of orange juice, grapefruit, tomato juice, or grape juice. You can have a choice of a ham omelet, salmon omelet, scrambled eggs with hash browns, sausage, bacon, or ham. Choice of a Danish pastry or toasted English muffin with butter. And you can have your choice of coffee, tea, milk, hot chocolate, $3.50. 1, 2, 3, 4-course meal.
Wow.
Breakfast steak and eggs with your strip sirloin steak, $5.45. You can have a seafood cocktail, which is either shrimp and crab claws that they serve in a seashell for $2.50.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you can have chicken soup for 85 cents.
Chicken soup.
Yeah, salads, you can have a tropical fruit salad for $3.75, a sockeye salmon, shrimp, and crab claw salad, and sardines with eggs and tomatoes, $4.75.
They can keep the sardines.
Well, here you go. You can have Samoan baked ham and cheese and ham and Swiss cheese on a Kaiser roll for $2.25.
Oh, wow.
Tuna salad sandwich for $1.85. If you want a hamburger, which is your choice, sirloin patty on a Kaiser roll with grilled onions and French fries,
Let me guess. $2.
$1.75.
Oh, no.
If you want cheese, they add a dime. It's $1.85.
Every time.
Pastrami on rye with hot potato salad is $2.45.
Do they have, remember Disney had this
Nice.
famous like a Dole Whip or something. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that in 75.
Okay, maybe I'm
I
I'm
remember
confused
that
in
more
all the years,
recent.
yeah.
Yeah, but this is great. And dinner, if you wanted baked stuffed flounder, it was $3.75. If you want
Wow.
roast prime rib, it's $8.75. If you want a New York sirloin steak, it's $9.50. Key lime pie, 95 cents.
Wow.
And if you wanted, let's see, a bottle of wine, it was $12. You can't beat that. You
And
know,
there's one
Paul
more-
Mason was $7.50.
One more thing Robin here has here is a brochure. The Walt Disney World brochure. And on the back it's got the tickets and the prices.
Mm-hmm.
And it says adventure ticket book, adult is $6.50.
Mm-hmm.
A junior is $6 and a child is $5.50. And that's for 8
Attractions.
It includes entrance into the Magic Kingdom, use of the transportation system, and admission to 8 attractions.
Which you could do that whole day. And the junior ticket is age 12 to 17. Children are 3 to 11. Adult is 18 and over.
And then 12 attractions would have cost you $1 more.
Yeah.
12 attractions. Right now, I think Disney only guarantees that you can get on 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
many people show up there now.
Exactly.
You could get a guided tour back then for $8.25.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The general admission was $5.25 back in '75.
Let's see how many rides we went on. All the X's is what we went on.
Oh, you put an X on the map.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Wow.
13, 14, 15, 16. 1717.
What's that? There's another X right there.
Oh, that's the monorail station. So if you want to do the monorail,
Monorail qualifies as a
would
ride.
have been 18 rides in 1975 on October 19th.
18.
Can you imagine that?
I don't remember the lines being super long.
No,
Maybe a half hour. Maybe that would have been a long time. I don't
that's
know.
right. Exactly.
I don't know. But anyway, it's fun to reminisce. We still love Disney World. By the way, it was going to be called Disney World originally. So you're saying, Larry, that's what it's called now? No, it's not. It's called Walt Disney World.
That's right.
Yes, that's exactly right. What happened was Walt Disney himself wanted to call it Disney World, but then he died. And so his brother Roy got together with Walt's wife and said, can we rename it Walt Disney World? He said, I want people to remember his name, Walt Disney. He said, I don't agree with him, but he said, nobody remembers Henry Ford. All they remember is Ford. So I don't agree. Everybody remembers Henry Ford. But the point is, it was that slight change from Disney World to Walt Disney World was the suggestion of Roy and Walt's wife. I can't remember her name. They have a sweet story too, by the way. Walt and his wife have a sweet love story.
Yeah, we saw that. I can't remember the name of that movie. They also had vacation villas and tree houses, which was pretty amazing.
Show some of the
back
stuff.
then. Let's see.
Show some of the pictures.
Okay.
Just anything.
You can show anything.
I have no idea. Just some of the stuff inside the book.
Yeah.
This booklet.
Okay. Yeah,
And
Lake
Space
Buena
Mountain, by the
Vista.
way, wasn't there either.
That's a contemporary.
Yeah, that.
Yep, and they have everything on all of these pages. That's the Polynesian Village. And the luau is fabulous. You can't beat the luau.
And Pirates
And
of
now-
the Caribbean, that wasn't there.
Right, exactly. And Mad Tea Party is the teacups.
Right.
That's what that is. And that's this here. They gave you hints for if you want to put yourself in front of the cameras. And the only film they sold on the park was GAF film. They didn't sell Kodak
I thought they said Fuji.
or Fuji. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. It was Fujifilm, the only
Does
film
it say on there?
that they sold. I have to remember because I know I ran out of film.
GAF was the people who made the ViewMaster. Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah.
That's this.
Okay, all right. But anyway, you couldn't buy Kodak film or anything else. You
I wonder
could buy
why.
Fujifilm, and the thing about the Fujifilm is they had the border on it, and that was so cool.
Yeah. I used to love the
this is
ViewMaster. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was a ViewMaster guy.
Yeah.
So Robin has
But
a
this
piece
is
of
really
trivia.
nice.
You watch to the end, so you get a little bonus treat. So here's a trick question, not a trick question, but a fun
No.
trivia question. And I'll ask the question, and then Robin will answer it. Ready?
Right now, I'll answer it, or
Well,
can
first-
we talk about something else?
We got something else if you have
okay,
something else.
I have something else.
Well, Robin has something else. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, no, you can ask the question, and then
No.
we can
Oh,
do
I'll ask the
something
question,
else.
and then at the very end, Robin will answer it. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So I have actually two. One that I'm going to answer now. I'll answer it now, and then Robin will answer her question at the end. Okay?
Okay.
So the one question is, why did they put a roof over the teacups?
Because of the rain.
Because of the rain.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
sort of
good
makes
point.
sense, right? But
Yeah.
the teacups were filling up with water when it rained, so the kids were getting into the teacups, and they would get their feet wet.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it didn't fill up all the way like a
Yeah.
real teacup,
Well, it had a
but there was
door.
enough of a bottom that had a place for your feet to be in the water, so they didn't want the kids to get wet feet.
And you took your son on those teacups.
I did. Yeah, I didn't want to get dizzy, and I said a prayer to God. You believe prayer works? I didn't get dizzy, and I always got dizzy. So I said, "Thank you, God. I didn't want to get dizzy because it would have ruined my whole day."
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's the question. Robin will answer at the end. What was the very first structure on Disney World property? What was the very first structure on Disney World property? She will answer that at the end.
That's right, and it's a union job. So while Walt Disney was a whole union company
Go
built.
ahead. So what do you got?
On Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, all of the ropes where you're climbing up and down and everything were all handmade. They had brought in some fishing rope makers from England to do that, which was really amazing. Yeah, because I knew some people that worked there when they were building, the Magic Kingdom, and they would watch them. And they talked to them. The construction workers would have a conversation. And Cinderella's Castle, when you're walking through Cinderella's Castle, you see all these beautiful mosaics on the walls. It's just absolutely gorgeous. They brought in some mosaic people from France, and then they had done all the designs, and they had all of these huge sheets of glass there, and then they would look at it, and they would have their cutters, and they'd have their hammers and whatever else in there, sandpaper things and all, and they would chip out. I mean, those mosaic pieces weren't pre-formed where all you had to do was stick it up and paint by number with mosaic pieces. They actually handcrafted everything on site.
That's amazing.
Which is pretty neat.
Well, I think that's the one thing that Disney was probably the most passionate about was art. I mean, and in all of its forms. So he was an art guy. That's what he was. He was an art guy.
Exactly. And also, you could eat in Cinderella's Castle, from what we understand.
I think you still can.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I heard that it was, when it was being constructed, it was an office on the very, very top. But Walt died, but they still had the office. And
you know what a lot of people don't know? Is that the centerpiece for all of the Disney parks is the castle. But they're not all the same castle. There's Cinderella's Castle.
Right.
I think it's Snow White's castle, right?
That's right.
In California. And then in Disney Paris, they have a different castle.
Right.
Disney Tokyo, right, has a different castle. I don't even know where all the parks are.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh, they also had the Circle Vision 360 there when we went, because I got that.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and the Wedway
That
People
movie.
Mover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and If You Had Wings. They had that one.
I liked If You Had Wings.
Yeah, and that was sponsored by Eastern Airlines, so you didn't have to have a ticket for that.
Yes.
That was really, really pretty cool.
And General Electric sponsored the Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. But, back in the day, Disney was great. It
was great in the night, too.
Exactly. We went to, let's see, your son was 10, and we had Doug.
Oh, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and my daughter was, I think she was 16, and
you
we
have that
went
on
to
your phone?
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas.
Wasn't that a memory of yours today on your phone?
It was yesterday. I have to find it.
Oh, okay.
But it's Vicky's Very Merry Christmas, and they closed the park after normal operating hours. They reopened the park for 5,000 people.
Right.
And then you buy a special ticket for that. You're just not grandfathered in. And it was so great that year because it was so cold. We all had our caps on and earmuffs and
It's a great memory.
Big jackets, and they had snowflakes all around Main Street that didn't stop.
Yeah.
Had hot chocolate and cookies on every corner, and it was so nice.
My all-time favorite visit to Disney World was Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. I'm guessing 1996 or something like that, right?
Yes.
All right, Robin's going to answer the question. What was the first structure on Disney World property? Robin?
It was
Drum roll.
a porta potty.
Porta potty.
Union workers, you gotta
You had
have
to
your
go
place.
someplace. All right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Peter Pan was cool.
Hope it'll get his copyright thing.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Take care, be good. Don't forget to write.
Remember, writing is very important.
And the world
Spins fine.
on her own.
Look at Peter
Yeah. Here's all his little
flying.
friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the stuff on the bottom. Oh, there they are.
Minnie
Oh, I didn't see them.
And Tinkerbell and her brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. All right, kids. You can fly. See you later.